So it's Dyslexia Awareness Week this week, and I'm here with two members of UCEM staff to talk about their experience with dyslexia and the barriers they've faced. So Steve and Karl, could you introduce yourself and the role that you have at UCEM?
Hi, my name's Stephen. I'm the IT application specialist here. Been in IT for about 9 years now.
Hi, my name's Karl. I'm head of academic apprenticeships, and I've been here for about 4 years now.
And when did you realise that you were dyslexic?
I've struggled all the way through primary school with my reading and spelling and stuff. I had a reader for about an hour a week during primary school, but it was actually working here that got me tested. They sent me away and I got tested for 2 days and I came back with dyslexic.
When I went back into higher education, I realised I've got a few barriers, but I already knew that through school, same as Steve, and you tend to know that there's something that's a bit of a barrier, and I got myself tested at that point.
Okay, and so you've kind of touched on the fact that you've got some barriers in your life. Are there any specific areas of your life where there are particular barriers because of the dyslexia?
I mean, general things are a barrier when you have to fill in forms, just generally understand things. One that sticks in mind was my mortgage recently. Getting all that done, the legal side of things, that was a headache, that was a struggle to get all that done.
Generally for me, obviously it's just the written word, it's slower, you need to prepare, you need to spend more time on it, maybe putting new deadlines, picking out the wrong words. I hate form filling and always have done, so I agree with Stephen.
So kind of with these barriers you face, are there any kind of techniques you have to overcome those barriers at all?
I tend to take a bit more time on filling in the forms, making sure I've done things with my emails, double checking them again. I've got some overlays on my monitor, so they help me with my reading and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I've put some shortcuts in that you can get from Microsoft as well to speak back various things in emails or Word, so I can listen to stuff. So sometimes I pick the phone up and actually I'm listening to my own writing. Other things that I would do is use thesaurus like Shift F7 so I can get multiple words to enable me to stop using the same word over and over again and to check that it's the right word. They're my quickest two.
And is there anything about dyslexia that's kind of benefited you at all in your current role or in your career?
Oh, working with computers, definitely. I mean, you see things slightly differently, so troubleshooting issues, that sort of stuff. You tend to find things that most people would have overlooked in that way.
Yeah, I found it was particularly on electrical stuff originally. I realised I was quick at fault finding and suddenly it was something I was fast at. So logical problem solving I found is always an area. Spatial awareness, obviously building from construction, surveying, knowing where everything in the building and having a pictorial memory in that sort of area are all very handy skills that I've found really, really useful.
And if a student at UCM has concerns about being dyslexic, do you have any advice for them at all?
Get screened as soon as you can, because even if you don't want to tell anybody else, you're worried about the stigma of the name and the label, knowing that there's a barrier there and knowing what it is at least then it helps you to create more coping mechanisms that will probably help you.
Well, yeah, I think that's a really good bit of advice because students can actually access a free screening through the Disability and Wellbeing team here at UCM. So yeah, thanks for that and thanks for your time.
Thank you.